Can he wrestle his followership from Simon Ekpa?
There's a division because of the arrest and detention. So Simon Ekpa felt that he has to carry on the struggle now that the leader has been taken in. That is it. So if he's released today, it is likely, very likely, that he has to come to terms with Simon Ekpa to back down. Simon Ekpa is only acting because of his absence. He didn't say that he has overthrown him. Even when he wrote a letter from DSS custody directing that there should be no more sit at home and there should be no more arms against the state, Simon Ekpa said until he comes out physically that he will not believe that he wrote that under duress.
Of course.
That he wrote it. You cannot freely write something in this DSS. When you are in custody, you now write something. It is not voluntary. So it is on that basis that he continued doing what he's doing.
Top of the day to you, great Lord and lovely people of Biafra. We want to sincerely apologize for being absent for some days now. We were on a very important assignment, and as such, we couldn't, bring regular informations as we do. But we are back now, and we want to hit the ground running. You could see and perceive that the media outing of some persons are becoming clearer by the day. Our presence, the presence of the Prime Minister, and our doggedness and seriousness in this phase of Biafra liberation has earned some level of confidence in the people. It has reposed some level of confidence in the people and giving them the courage to come out on media and speak boldly as they should. So that is why you continue to see people coming up to tell the truth as it is. This man is one who came on this program and spoke the truth and nothing but the truth. But then, if there are areas where we need to correct, we are going to correct any impression that he has made that is wrong. But then, most of the things that he has said is completely true and nothing but the truth. Let's continue to listen to him.
Simon Ekpa is the disciple of Nnamdi Kanu, and a very dedicated, loyal disciple. I believe that if Nnamdi Kanu comes out, he will be able to tame Simon Ekpa. And many of these criminals that have cast into the struggle or kind of tried to hide under IPOB to commit atrocities, they will be fished out or they will be controlled. Remember that this man, Nnamdi Kanu, people listen to him. So if he comes now and declares a truce, I believe that it will work. And those who try to violate that truce will easily be fished out. They will be sidelined. They will be exposed. Now, people are picking up arms out of resistance or protest to his extraordinary rendition. That is it. Before he was extraordinarily renditioned, there was no spate of violence like we see after his arrest. So it is a kind of protest against the way the state has treated him. So I believe that if he should come out now, all that will abate.
Now permit me to come in here and also strengthen the position of this man. You could remember that the people were very peaceful until the harassment that was meted on the leader Nnamdi Kanu, when over 28 people were buried in his country home in Afaruku Ipeku. And then it led to everybody now saying there should be a consensus that we must, as a matter of urgency, defend ourselves also with arms, because these people coming to attack us come bearing arms. We are peaceful, we move with flags, we don't harm anybody. But then they started the whole process. They bite so many people in so many areas, and then they attempted that same process on the life of the leader Nnamdi Kanu, which was not taken lightly by the people of Biafra. So you see, all this resistance coming up is that they are annoyed with the treatment, the evil treatment meted on Nnamdi Kanu. Showore has been released. Bodejo has been released, Ibo has been released. All those people, their court case has been discontinued by the Nigerian government. What is keeping you from discontinuing that of Nnamdi Kanu? What is stopping the federal government, for the sake of peace, justice, equity, to discontinue the case of Nnamdi Kanu? This is a harassment taken too far, and the people will not take it lightly with any of them. And that is what you see in these agitations, in these, reprisal attacks, in these self-defense, that you see that the people are picking up arms to defend themselves. And now that is the reason why things are going this way, and they are crying. They are coming on media, they are crying, they are calling on Simon Ekpa that he is responsible. But they have forgotten that the treatment that they meted, the injustice that they have meted on Nnamdi Kanu, is the reason why these things are happening to them. I will explain in my next video what is happening currently in Biafra territory. The armed struggle, the Prime Minister is not even posting what is happening. The Prime Minister is not even posting up to 50% of what is happening. The legitimization of the zoo government is happening on a daily basis. But it is only those who are close to the area, things are happening, we understand what is happening. The Prime Minister is not even posting up to 50%. Even the Biafra Liberation Army are not even the only ones who are delegitimizing the government. I will shock you in my next video. Let's continue to listen to this analysis made by this man. Very wonderful analysis. Very wonderful, I must say.
But let me also say that the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is not entitled to be listening to one person or the other as to whether or not he will exercise his powers under the Constitution. Section 174 of the Constitution, subsection 3, like my learned friend pointed out earlier, only gave 3 conditions for the exercise of the power of withdrawal of criminal prosecution. It says that the Attorney General should only give vent to 3 factors. One is public interest. The second one is interest of justice. The third one, to ensure that such withdrawal is not against due process of law. And then we are talking about justice here. Interest of justice. It is on that basis the president must act, no matter what any of his commissioners thinks, no matter what any Southeast governors think, in the interest of justice. Because if you can release the chairman or leader of Miatala that has been saying all kind of terrible things against Nigerian state, you release him, you withdraw his charge and he goes home, and then you release Showore and he goes home, you release Sunday Igboho, withdraw his charge and he goes home. Then where is justice? Where is equity? The International Covenant on Civil and People's Rights by the United Nations in 1966. Article 21 of African Charter, 1981, in Banjul, Gambia. And then Nigeria ratified the African Charter and domesticated it in 1983. And so now it has become a Nigerian law, part of our domestic laws. So why is Nigeria having goose pimples when people rise up to fight for equality? When people rise up to demand equal treatment? Why does Nigeria develop goose pimples? Why is Nigeria finding it intolerant to allow people to express themselves, which only calls for opportunity for dialogue? When an ethnic nationality stands up and says, we are not being treated fairly in this federation, it calls for dialogue. Nigeria should be responsible enough to be able to call them to and find out exactly what is the problem so as to adjust. Because there has never been a time ethnic nationalities in Nigeria met together and said we want to form a nation. Nigeria was foisted on every one of us by the British colonial authority. And then they created 3 regions, North, East, and West. Now, in 1963, Nigeria, there was a plebiscite that created the 4th region, which is the Midwest. When did Nigeria meet to decide that we are going to be 4 regions? And when did Nigeria meet to decide that we are no more 4 regions, we are now 6 geographical regions? So these are issues that, and if you, Nigeria should know, in international law, there's what we call Pacta sunt servanda. Pacta sunt servanda is found in Article 26 of the Treaty of Versailles, which states that agreement must be obeyed. Article 26 says, once a treaty comes into force, all parties to that treaty must abide by the treaty in utmost good faith. Article 18 of the same Treaty of Versailles, it says that no nation who is a party to a treaty should take any step, be it administrative or legislative step, to scuttle or to thwart or to suffocate the intent and purpose of that treaty. That is exactly what Nigeria is doing. Nigeria is signatory to all United Nations human rights treaties that endorses self-determination, and yet domestically they cannot hear the word self-determination. They are in breach of the obligations under Article 18 and 26 of the Treaty of Versailles of 1969.
Right. Thank you.
Now, finally, my question is to everyone who is shouting "One Nigeria," who is defending the atrocities going on in this current nation, and who is claiming that what is happening is okay and that things will get better. We continue to see things go worse and worse by the day. Each government that comes, it looks as though the previous government is even better than the current government. That is a situation, it is nosediving. And so I want to ask this question to everyone who thinks there should not be an agitation of the youth, just like it is happening in Kenya. I want to ask you, you have heard and you know that in a lawless society, anybody who is lawful is just being, crazy. Why are you lawful in a society, a government that cannot obey the laws and treaties it has entered or it has, sanctioned? A government that cannot obey the treaties that it has sanctioned, a treaty that it is a signatory to. Why are you lawful in such a society? This is a question that requires answers from all of you and everyone who claims to be shouting "One Nigeria, One Nigeria, One Nigeria." We want to hear from you. Thank you for listening. It is always Biafra First. We will fight on and make sure we achieve our freedom. Freedom or nothing.